Good morning, people. I have been walking this park and finding a lot of water fountains that were here that have been disabled. Uh, there's a lot of them like this one. You can tell not too long ago it had water coming out of it. I saw the water somewhere, maybe it didn't dry. But there are a lot of these water fountains, and they have been disabled and tried to make to look like they've been like that before. Why would somebody disable every water fountain in this park and make you go to the restaurant to get water? Really? Now, there's a lot of these and the big water fountains, but every one of them have been disabled. Isn't that something? Every one of them has been disabled. Now, I'm going to walk around today. If I had to go to the restaurant again to get that contaminated water, but I just want to show you how they have disabled every water fountain in this park to keep me from getting water and to keep me from going to the bathroom. There are no bathrooms, they say, but at the restaurant. In this whole now, I've been over this park and I've been here 4 or 5 days. And it's so huge that there's a lot of parks I've never been to, like this park. There's a lot of parks I haven't been to. And you're telling me that they have went over this whole park and disabled every water fountain? And in 4 days I haven't really covered all of it? And there's no water fountains? Really? But like I said, a bunch of those, I got my poncho hand on. All of them disabled. That's a lot of resources, again, I'll say, that these things are doing to narrow me down to some water in one spot. But I'm not going to be able to go to them. I'm going to go there if it's necessary. But I'm going to just keep checking out and see why a park this huge doesn't have any water fountains, really, or bathrooms. I went to the store called Ross or Reese or something yesterday. It's a big, huge store. It's just like a Jewel's or Whole Foods. And they charged me over $8 for a pack of cigarettes. Now, the girl at the counter, when I asked how much cigarettes cost, she said $6 or $7. And see, that was high. But she couldn't give me no direct. But I get to the counter where they sell cigarettes, and they're over $8. Now, you've been working in the store. You don't know how much cigarettes cost? Because I know people that asked you before. And I get to the counter, and I asked for a manager. And he tells me he don't know nothing about the markup on cigarettes. That he don't know what the taxes are. Because Illinois is supposed to have the highest cigarette taxes and liquor tax in the country. So how in the South is a pack of cigarettes $8? In Memphis, they were $7. But let me tell you something. When I first got to Memphis, I didn't buy no cigarettes. But at the filling station, they were $4 and some cents. And then when I go to buy a pack, they $7. That store, I think I made a video. I don't know what I did. But that store is just like our stores. Whatever's going on in Chicago and Illinois is going on all across the country. They have fences around that store just like Joe's, so I tell you guys, you better keep your eyes open because they got fences around it. So if a crisis happens, you're going to be blocked in. You're not going to be running everywhere, scattering and running. They had them fences around it just like they do in Illinois, where you're fenced in. And the McDonald's you're fenced in. At Starbucks you're fenced in. Now I've seen some fences around some Starbucks. So if something happens, it's not going to be too hard for them around everybody else. Because you're going to be locked in them places that you're at. But this store, like the same thing they do jewels, I took a video on my other phone. They have prices on their items that says it's a certain price. Ginger root sale $1.99 a pound. But if you look close at the small print, there go my park people. If you look close at the small print, it say this sale is from 4/1 to 4/11. Yesterday was the 13th. So why would they still have old signs up there saying sale from 4/1 to 4/11 when the sale is over? So they still have the prices up there marked down for $1.99 for a pound of ginger root. So you go pick it up, go to the counter, and they charge you that other price they want to charge you, $2.99. They charged me $4.99 for some ginger. It was really $6.99. They charged me $4.99 for some ginger at a store in Memphis. These things have got this. They'll teach you out your money any way they can. Because like I said, if you don't read that small print, it tell you that sale is over. If those sales are over, while those signs still up there with the big prices and now a small print saying it was over on the 11th. So you guys pay attention. Read that small print. Because these people, you'll get home. Most people don't check. They get home, look at their bill. Why was my bill so high? Because, let me show you another thing right quick. I tell you how they destroy the receipts. Because my link has been coming up missing off my link card. My money has been coming up off my link card. So, I look at the receipt and I tell you how they destroy the receipt. The receipt's fade or something happens where you can't tell what it is. This store right here. I can't pronounce the word. Is that Rose or whatever? But everything is fine on the receipt except when I get to look at what my link, because I've been checking my receipt since my link has been, my Snap has been disappearing off of it. I've been looking at my balance to make sure it's correct lately. And guess what's missing? Where it's conveniently torn, where my amount of my balance is missing. It's torn off. They can do, remember that paper I showed you, the receipts I showed you in the past, where they show where that Mandela effect, where the prices and things can change? Well, since I know better than that, now, when you get a receipt, they still keep the information that's really valid off of it. So, say my food stamp balance, it's gone. It's missing. So, I got the call, and you know they shut my phone off, and link, and ask them how much is on my card. They have been cheating me out of my link all this time. Because I haven't been spending nothing. I've been going, this was the first grocery store I went to. This was the first grocery store I went to. And I'm down to, I think, $40. Really? So, one other thing I want to show you. The guy at the library who told me I couldn't come in. At the main library who told me I couldn't come in. This guy, Joshua McLaughlin, he's the main library security safety manager. He said I could not come in because you have to have, they got a little box, and the box is just big enough to sit this down in there. If you bring anything else in that library bigger than this bag, you cannot come in. You cannot come in if you bring anything else bigger than that. And the thing is, it's so funny that you go in the library and they measure it. They got a little box. You stick your bag in there, you pull it out, and you can go in. I've never heard of such a thing in all my life. But that Mr. McLaughlin, but let me tell you, like I said, I made on my Facebook channel, them handlers that come in there, because everybody's not involved yet, but everybody is getting initiated because they're paying them. They're paying them off. Like I said, at that CVS, I saw that woman coming in. I saw her standing at the counter. And I can tell these handlers who got the money, who's giving the instructions. I can pick them out like they got a neon sign on them. So he charged me $50 for a 32 GB SD card. And I was going to buy it anyway. And when I was going to buy it anyway, he wouldn't accept my debit card. I had $49 and something, $46 on my debit card. So I was going to give him the debit card and off the money off the debit card and give him $3 in cash. He told me he could not do that. That they can only take one transaction. If he used the debit card, he cannot take cash. If he take cash, he cannot use to pay off the rest on the debit card. So then I had to go to try to find an ATM. Now I went to my brother and got some money to pay cash. Isn't that something? I had to go to the ATM, get the $40 off the ATM, and get some more money from my brother to pay cash, because they would not accept a debit card and the rest in cash. Now once he did that, she asked him how much did it cost, and he told her $350. And I looked at him. I said, you know, guys know nothing in CVS costs $350. And I looked at him. I said, you not charging enough. She didn't pay you enough for the trouble you gonna get in. The not try to sell me the SD card, to stick me up with the price for $50 for 32 GB, whatever it was, and then try not to sell it to me because he said he can't put it on debit and cash at the same time. Really? So his price was $350. Now I don't know what the guy's price was that was at that library, but I knew when she was standing down there. She known, and she was standing down there. When she said, because I had asked for the manager, I wanted to see this guy, because I wanted to know why you can't bring more than one bag in a library. Isn't that something? You can't bring but one bag in the library. He told me they told me to leave the rest of my stuff outside. Why would I leave everything I have outside? My shopping cart. But he would not come downstairs. I told the security, I said, I need to see the manager. He would not come downstairs. And then, as soon as I heard her say, he got it, I knew they had transferred some money to his account. And when she walked out the door, I said, you did your job well. And she said, yes, I did. She was bragging. And then he comes downstairs and tell me, nope, that's our policy. You cannot bring. But before he got that money into his account, when she said he got it, before he got that money in his account, he would not come and face me. He would not come talk to me. So they paying the ones that are already not initiated in these companies, they paying them off left or right. But they selling themselves short. So what they buying, what they selling themselves for is not going to be worth it in the end. But I'm going to go on below this and see what happened progress to today. Now, you know I got to go charge my phone because they have been keeping me again from charging my phone. They got to set up like I told you, like you do at Wells. Well, if I plug my phone in early in the morning, I think it's early, but it'll take me till dark for my phone to charge. Isn't that something? So they keep the current so low where it look like it's charging, but it's not really charging. And in some of the spots, I went where the plugs were not working. And then the other day before yesterday, I had it plugged in, and all of a sudden it stopped working. So I had to go find another spot to charge. Now, how is electricity working 1 minute, and then all of a sudden it stopped working? But this foolishness, I don't know what kind of war we fighting against these things that know nothing, that uses the tap panties, that steal things while I'm asleep, that throw the stuff on me. to keep me contaminated, that feeds me this water, keep me to one source of water, tearing up all the water fountains, keep me to one source of water, and they still can't win. Guys, I seen a red sky this morning. The sky was red. I didn't have my video, but tomorrow, and of course they chemtrailing all over me. But tomorrow, if I catch that sunrise again, our skies are not the same. But I'm gonna go end this and see what the day entails for these criminals. That is so silly. Alright guys, I don't know what kind of war. I would never imagine that we fight a war against each other where you tear my panties, I steal something from you, you contaminate me. What kind of war is that? Because it's a sneaky, deceitful, because they smile in my face, they say good morning every morning, walk right past me, and then I feel the energy weapon. These things are so, they have to be destroyed. God has to destroy them. Because I wouldn't trust none of them. If they told me they was lying, I wouldn't believe them. So, you guys, I'll talk to you later.